Well, of course I'd hit it in this part of my rising. Good morning. Shoot. Good morning, guys. I ain't so sure you can see me too well, but I'll just have to deal with it. This video is the 6-liter Nightmare. Yes, the 6-liter Nightmare, the notorious 6.0 liter powerstroke diesel that so many people have nightmare stories about, and there's so many that don't have it. I have been one of them. Show you this sunrise this morning before we get too far out of sorts here. Beautiful, beautiful morning. But anyways, I'll let you look out the front glass instead of looking at my sick mug. But anyways, get you situated here. Yes, the 6-liter Nightmare. I have owned 2 of them, and the 2003 was the first one I owned, and I had great service out of it. The 03s and 04s was the ones that, if you read anything about them, the majority of the reports was to stay away from them. They was the biggest piece of junks in the world. Stay away, stay away, stay away. Because I think from 2003 to 2005 or 2006, I forget which year, there was like 450 some or 400 plus updates to those engines. And everybody like powerstroke.com, see, there was a couple other I don't want to say companies, but they were businesses that has dealt with them, and you know, they were telling you know to buy the later models of the 6 liters, you know, 05s, 06, 07s. 06, 07s is really the ones you should purchase. Well, I bought an 06. I have owned it, let's see, I bought it on, well, it was delivered to me on Halloween, or the day before Halloween. So just say I bought it in October. So I have owned it 13 and a half months. And I'm sure many of you know, it went down on me here 6-7 weeks ago. And I've had several people ask, you know, what's the deal on it? What's the deal on it? Well, it was a high pressure oil pump that went bad in it. And I went ahead and did an EGR delete. And then a number 4 injector went out in it. And I just, you know, been waiting on parts, and it's what's taking so long. Well, finally get it all put together. Started up, running fine, starts idling really rough like a bad injector again. Pull the fuel filters, and they were plumb full of garbage. Well, the primary was. The secondary that's on top of the motor was fine, but the one that was on the frame rail was plumb full of garbage, as if, the way I would describe it, looked like you dipped it in mud. And it had some silver gunk in it, and which was informed to me that was the lining in the metal tank. So he advised me to buy a new tank, which is $550. And I just wasn't feeling it. And I told him, I said, well, I'm gonna put in a new filter, and I'm gonna run it a day or so and see what the filter looks like, and just to make sure, you know, that filter hasn't been changed in 5 or 6 years, because the filter looked really old. So put the filter in it. A day or two passed because this was like a Friday or Saturday. So I picked it up, tried to pick it up Monday. Okay. I get out there and I said, I'm gonna take my truck home. He's like, okay. He asked me kind of an off-the-wall question. He said, is that truck really loud in the cab? I said, well, kinda. I said, you know, it didn't get loud until it started going down. He said, it just doesn't sound right. So I'm like, well, I'll go out and start it. So I went out, cycled the glow plugs, switched it off, cycled them again, because, you know, it was a little chilly and the truck been set in a few days. And I cranked it. Well, in the cranking mode, it cranked entirely too long, almost like bad injectors. But what I did notice was the inconsistency of the crank. And what I mean by that, it was not a smooth, solid crank. It was kind of a, I don't know how you want to explain it, but it kind of like an up and down, like it would crank fast and slow down a little bit. It was not a solid, constant crank. And when it did fire, well, if you remember the video of it where it kind of sounded like it was knocking and kind of sounded like a Jake, you know, when you let off accelerator going down the hill, well, it was doing that really, really bad. So I said, well, I'm not driving that truck like that because it's not right at all. So I shut the truck off, I pulled the dipstick. Lo and behold, the new oil is plumb full of metal shavings. So, which brings me to the 6-liter nightmare. I am living the 6-liter nightmare. All these businesses, mechanics of sorts, you know, tell you to stay away from 03, 04s. Well, my experience has been the complete total opposite. And they're going to be doing a compression test today to see if it is a cylinder that is bad. I really don't know what's wrong with it, but the way he talked, that more than likely it's going to have to be a rebuild. And now this is just my opinion, my prediction. Now I know the oil pump was bad, but I don't think it failed just by itself. I feel like either a main bearing or something has went out in it to cause metal shavings to go through the engine, which goes through the IPR valve, which went into the oil pump, which caused it to grenade pretty much. Now that's my prediction. So he has recommended that if the engine is going to have to be rebuilt, his recommendation is just to do a brand new engine. So that's where I'm at right now. And I really don't know how to buy an engine. And the reason I say that is because I have looked at them and I've seen remanufactured, refurbished, whatever you want to call them. Some say reman, some say refurbished. And I've seen the drop and go motors, I think they're called. They range anywhere from $4,000 to $16,000. So I'm not sure how to go about buying an engine, because, you know, off the bat you're like, yeah, give me the $4,000 engine. But I don't know. I'd like to think it's a main bearing, but you hear stories and people tell you this and their opinions on that, and they can make something that's, you know, a another $1,000 fix sound, you know, turning into $10, $12, $15,000 fix. So, I guess you could say worst case scenario, I got to put in a brand new engine. Best case scenario is I can drop the oil pan and replace the crankshaft bearings. So that's where I'm at on that. And the luck of small town farmer is it's been on the low side here lately. And I'll give you a I'm going to call it an epiphany, if that's the right word. But I was pondering on a comment somebody left me that, you know, here lately my luck has kind of been for the worst. And I was like, yeah, it kind of has. You know, I kind of been feeling like Job, because the last few months has been something else. You know, if you've never read the book of Job, God allowed Satan to, I'll say, torture the man, because he lost all his livestock, he lost all his children, he lost all his land. I mean, he lost everything. You know, had big boils on him and stuff, and you know, God allowed Satan to do anything he wanted to but kill him. That was the rules that God told Satan, that, you know, you can punish him in any way, but you cannot take his life. You know, and I got to thinking about that. Yes, I've had a lot of bad luck, you know, from a family member having a 5-way bypass, which, you know, on the positive side, they're still here and healthy. From losing a farm, losing a couple of good cows, having to put in potentially a new engine in my truck, you know, where I done spent almost $2 grand on it, you know, so I could be spending another $10,000 on it. Just fighting with everything that I have dealt with here in the last few months, you know, from mud to the Suburban acting up, which, knock on wood, it's quit doing whatever it was doing, which I'm sure it's ready just to go to pot. But I had an epiphany about Job. You know, with all this nonsense BS that I've dealt with, the luck, whatever, you know, it don't mean jack, because when it comes down to it, I still have my kids, I still have my wife, I still have my family. All the bad luck that I have been acquiring is nothing but materialistic nonsense. That, put it this way, I can buy more trucks, I can buy more tractors, I can buy more cows, I can find more farms. There'll be more dry years to come. There'll be more hay to be had. But I only had my kids one time. That's it. And as I told my wife last night, I said, if I had all the new tractors, all the new trucks, had triples and duplicates and quadruples of everything, and I lost one kid, I wouldn't want none of it. I wouldn't want none of the materialistic crap. So what I'm saying is, even when you have all this bad luck, I am still extremely very blessed. I am nothing like Job. I still have my family, and that's all that matters. So anyways, guys, I'm sure this video is long enough. I'm sick of being sick. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. comment if you'd like, subscribe if you haven't. Until next time, and as always, hear that? Oops. That strap's a dragon. Later.